We'd recently undergone an accidental rebrand.
You're not sure if everybody gets it or not.
We understood what it should feel like, but we weren't quite sure always how to get there.
It led to a really great discussion and even greater alignment.
We spoke with Natalie Johns, the Brand Development and Communications Lead at Kane Learning, and Alexa Kane, the Creative and Brand Specialist, about how they used Constellations to evaluate an evolving brand, uncover alignment, and establish a foundation for future brand development.
I've been with Kane a little over a year, and then the arm that I specifically lead is the communication support for organizations.
And I've been here about 4 years. So I ensure our website, social media, and any design assets we make align and feel like us.
Over time, Kane Learning's brand evolved through a series of small changes to its website, social media, and visual identity. What began as a gradual shift eventually raised an important question. Did everyone see the brand the same way?
We'd recently undergone an accidental rebrand. It was kind of a slow progression. So we wanted to find alignment on our brand development team with what that looks like and feels like. I had joined the team and taken over social, and so I'd introduced some new things. Our team we liked those things. So we kind of shifted the way our designs looked, and slowly we're like, oh, we're starting to rebrand, and then we redid our website. So it was a little bit messy, but it ended up being good.
What point did you realize that change had happened and now you had to evaluate it? Would love to hear from Natalie what you saw from your position.
Yeah.
How did that conversation start?
Well, Alex and I work really closely together on the website, social, and I think we just got to a place where we just wanted to ensure that everyone, the leadership team at Kane Learning, we were all aligned with kind of the direction we were at, and we kind of understood what our brand was, what it looked like, and I think that's kind of what brought it about.
To find out whether everyone saw the brand the same way, the team used Constellations to test their assumptions before moving forward.
So we tested with our brand development team for our Constellations. We did new brand items mixed with some content before our new branding, and trying to see if we could all agree on what fits the new brand and what definitely is not the new brand, or things in between. And so we were actually pretty aligned with what fit the new brand when we took the first test, so that was awesome. And we realized that we understood what it should feel like, but we weren't quite sure always how to get there. After the presentation, we talked amongst ourselves and kind of realized okay, so here's the set things, the guidelines on how to get to the final result of what Kane should feel like.
It was refreshing that we all were aligned. I wouldn't say total alignment, but very, very close. And so that was, I guess, not completely surprising, because I think we do a really good job across the team of being very transparent. But at the same time, you never know, right? When you then put forth something like the Constellations kind of test, if you will, as we went through it, or exercise is probably a better word for it. You're not sure if everybody gets it or not. And so to see such great alignment, I think was just a leaping board or a springboard off to, okay, yes, we're all aligned. Like Alex said, we knew what we weren't always sure how to get there. So what does that mean? It led to a really great discussion and even greater alignment.
Once the team understood that they were aligned, the conversation shifted from defining the brand to creating a clearer path forward.
What has been kind of the impact or the change or the shift that you have seen since that discovery?
I'll say, the leadership team we were thrilled. When you know your path forward, it makes everything faster, right? You can do what you need to do quicker than if you're unsure. And when we all understand what that looks like, it just makes for quicker turnaround and a better product in the end.
We've been doing brand guidelines, but very slowly, and I think this will help accelerate that process of here's the rules, here's what we can do now, and we can give those to people. And so hopefully more people can create things that are on brand, which like Natalie said, like speeds up the process of everything.
I think it's that it can really cut the time down of that ruminating on where we were, what we could be. It can really help shorten that timeline because it is so visual and so interactive that you kind of quickly get to a place of what you like and definitely what you don't like and that sort of thing.
For Kane Learning, the value wasn't just speed. It was creating shared clarity across the team.
And I think sometimes in organizations, there is a keeper of what the brand is, and it's in their head and it's a feeling. Sometimes that's the founder, sometimes it's the creative director or whatever. Kane Learning has always been really great about taking things out of our heads and making processes and making documents and things that others can follow in our footsteps. So I think having this information now at our fingertips and this clarity will help us create that document so that everyone's super clear for potentially years, months, years to come.
I want you to think back to the day that you did the presentation, Alexa. You ran the test at the beginning of a meeting, held a meeting, and then looked at the results in real time. Just emotionally, what was that like for you both, really? And then also, what did other people say about that process in the days that followed?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you don't know what's gonna happen. So I prepared a slide for both ways. I had one that's like, oh, we're not in alignment, oops. But it was cool because then I got to skip right over that and be like, oh, this is great, we are in alignment. That was actually really exciting. It was really cool to see just that we were on the same page. And I think for everybody else, I feel like they enjoyed it. It was kind of fun, interactive, like team building in a way, too,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. It was cool to see, yeah.
I would say just positive response. In the moment, it led to really great conversation about our branding and what we liked, didn't like, and it was not daunting at all. Alex kind of kept the lid on what we were going to be experiencing, so I didn't know, but it ended up being a lot of fun, insightful, and led to some just great conversation, impromptu conversation.
So you didn't know what to expect. What was the most surprising thing for you, either at that moment or in the days and weeks that followed?
I think coming to conclusion without a lot of work because it's so visual and so interactive, maybe without using a tool like that, getting to that conclusion could have taken a lot of discussion, a lot of sharing of slides, and a lot of banter around different things. This tool made that process, I would say, shorter, less painful, if you will, more fun. And so I was expecting the latter, where, it could take some time. It could be a lot of words, whereas, it wasn't that. So it was really kind of a surprise and delight.
For the team, the experience delivered both clarity and confidence moving forward.
I mean, overall, it was a great experience. Awesome to make it. Great to see the results.
We'd like to thank Natalie and Alexa for taking the time to share their experience. If you want to learn more about how Constellations can help your team, visit constellations.app.